Are we on?
We're on.
We're driving to deliver that dirt bike. That one right there. That is a 2020 KTM 300 TPI XC, 300 XC TPI. And we are going to deliver this to Kevin Murdock in Riverton, Utah. Google says it's a 21-minute drive, which makes it a world record because every other bike we've ever delivered took us either all the way across the country, which we didn't drive, or we had to drive like 5-6 hours to meet somebody halfway. This time, I'm not meeting him halfway, I'm meeting him at his house. And got to do it early. In fact, I was going to go a little bit earlier. We were going to be at his house like 5 minutes ago, but then I realized it's December and it's almost the winter solstice, which means that the sun doesn't come up until a little after 8 o'clock. So we had to push back our thing by about 30 minutes because I need light to film. I want to meet Kevin, but I also want to be able to shoot it with some decent video. So we bumped it back a little bit and we're going to meet him. Right.
Speaking of Kevin, he's texting you right now.
Kevin? What's he texting? Kevin, it's good to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Kyle.
I'm Kyle. Of course,
Nice
you probably know that.
Yeah.
So this is the bike.
This is amazing.
We are here in Riverton, Utah. This is your house. So it took us what, 21 minutes, Karen? 21 minutes to drive down here. So tell me a little bit about what you got going on right here. You got a few bikes here.
Oh yeah, this is my workshop. Myself and some good friends, we compete in hill climb events, and we have some custom built hill climbers here. So this is where we work on them, as well as our play bikes to go out and practice. But yeah, that's been a fun pastime, and really enjoy that.
That is so cool. This bike right here has 4 electrons tied into it. So these are custom built bikes, custom frames, custom motors, everything is it's so cool. And then here is your new toy.
This adds to the selection of what I'm going to ride.
It does, it does. So this is the 2020 KTM 300 XC TPI. We were just talking about it a little bit. This thing is oil injected, fuel injected. These things are awesome. Have you ever had a KTM before?
I have a 4-stroke, but not a 2-stroke.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So we're adding to the stable here.
That's right.
I was so excited to see that Kevin won because I've had a lot of people from Utah enter these sweepstakes, and Kevin is the first one ever to win. So it was bound to happen, and it did. So what did you think? What did you think when I called you? Or were you on the live feed?
Yeah. Okay. So I'm pretty nervous. My heart is pounding because we're about to draw out the names. Okay. So I've mixed this up as good as I can right here. Is that good for you, Karen?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Who's gonna pick out the first name, which is our runner-up? Who wants to do it?
I'll do it.
Konnor gonna do it? Oh my gosh. Kevin Murdock from Riverton, Utah.
I didn't make it on the live feed. I was driving home and I saw the call from a number I didn't recognize, and I didn't take it. I wish I would have.
Hey, I'm the same way. I don't answer the phone a ton because I'm getting so many different calls. But
Yeah.
if we're doing a sweepstakes,
Yeah.
you gotta watch.
Check for his number.
It's an 801 number. I almost told people on the live feed, I'm like, if it's coming from, and I'm like, wait, I better not tell everyone my phone number. Although thousands of people have it. So, but this bike is super exciting. These 2020 bikes are absolutely incredible.
I can't wait.
So they've really got some things dialed in now, and I think this is the best 300 XC I've ever owned.
Okay.
I absolutely love it. So you've got what? You said 3 kids?
3 kiddos.
Three kiddos?
Our oldest girl, she's on a TTR 90 now, and then our youngest boy, our oldest boy, he's on a PW 50.
Oh,
so
cool.
Still one more. We got a little electric bike for him.
That is cool. So big family of motorcycles, which is good. This thing, it's always nice to know that these things go to a good home.
Yes,
you know,
it'll be well taken care of.
You never know where they go, but yeah, this thing is ready to go. It's got a new pipe on it because I beat up the pipe too much, so that's a fresh pipe.
Okay.
Haven't even ridden it, but yeah, this is pretty cool. So how long have you been riding since you were just? What was your kind of genesis?
Yeah. So I began riding at a young age, probably 5 or 6. Before that, I was always riding on my dad's motorcycle with him, growing up on a farm and ranch. He used motorcycles to move cattle across our farm versus horses. So that was really how I got into it, is riding dirt bikes on the farm, and then started to progress into other forms of racing or having fun with friends.
Hill climbing and that kind of stuff?
Hill climbing, yep.
Well, that's pretty cool. I can relate. So you grew up in a small town in Idaho. I grew up in a small town in Utah. So I can relate to that. Although I was riding four-wheelers. He was smart enough to be riding dirt bikes. I was riding four-wheelers. So
we had three-wheelers too.
Oh, that's a danger. Those are dangerous,
I have
right?
a few scars.
Oh my gosh. There's a reason they don't make those things anymore.
But they are fun. Okay. Oh. Anything with suspension or setting the sag, or?
So yeah, you'll probably want to set the sag a little bit. So the bikes are set up from the factory to be 150 to 190 rider weight. If you're 200, you can still kind of do it. If you want the very best performance and you're a little over 200, you can swap the spring, and that would probably be the best thing. So I'll let you kind of figure that out. This one's set up for me at about 165, 170.
Okay.
And then with my gear on, I weigh probably 190.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you'll have to kind of play around with that. But yeah, that is this bike. They're pretty incredible. So you can get about, it depends on the ride and the terrain, but you can get anywhere from 50 to 70 miles out of a tank, just depending on what the terrain is.
Is that a big improvement over the carbureted models?
It's a little improvement. It's not a big improvement. I think the main thing is that these don't dump fuel out. Like the carburetors, they drip out of the overflow. You know what I mean? These ones, they don't. Like you can lay this bike down on a side hill or on, completely flat, and it doesn't leak gas because there's no fuel petcock or anything that you're having to play with. So
awesome.
But yeah, and then as far as your air fork, you've got an air gauge, air pressure gauge right here in the manual. I've got a bunch of things in here, title and everything for you. Check that out. Here is the title. I've already signed it over to Kevin. So I didn't put a purchase price in there because I think he only spent like 50, 60 bucks. And it'd be kind of weird when you go down, go down to the DMV and you're like, it was $50. I'm gonna let you figure that out because technically this really only cost him like 50 bucks. But anyway, you've got an air pressure gauge here.
Okay. The pump.
Yeah, your pump. You'll want to get the bike up off, like on a stand before you check the air pressure. Okay. So that's a little trick. This thing is ready to go, ready to rock. I've enjoyed it. Oh, I even put a fan on this one.
Okay.
So that'll be nice for you. It's got a fan that automatically comes on. It's a programmable fan. You can program it any temperature you want, and that way the bike will stay cool even if you're, doing really slow technical riding. So,
okay.
I love it.
I love it.
I love it too. Well, Merry Christmas.
Thank you, Kyle.
Enjoy this bike.
I will. Thank you. Thank you both.
You're welcome.